Hey y'all, I'm back with another word today, and I got confirmation of this word through Synovia, if y'all watch her. She's actually one of the only people that I watch right now. God's been using her a lot to confirm a lot of the things that he's been showing me lately. I think the video that I watched though today was a video she posted yesterday, but it was a repost. But I'm going to post a link to it in this video because if this video is for you, then that is further confirming what God has been speaking to me. And it's about spouses. And, everybody's spouse is in a different season right now. So it's important to take it back to God. If it is not their season for this yet, it, may be in the future. So it's important to know the season. I will say, yeah, that's what I'm going to say about that. So this one is I don't know what the title is yet, but God gave me, like baseball and the dugout and a home run. And so basically for who this is for, yesterday I went to the beach, and typically on my drive to the beach, almost every time, it's a couple hour drive, and God speaks a lot on these drives. And so on this drive, he was the number 411 and the number 444. I was seeing like nonstop. 444 is open door. In the Strongs, it also means a man. And then it also means to go, to walk, to proceed. 411 means indescribable. And I had gotten lots of different phrases and numbers. But there was emptiness, void, desolation, which is number 950 in the Strongs. Emptiness, void, and desolation. Judgment, destruction, right? And then it also means confirm, to confirm. I had gotten 74, which means agony, great fear, terror, contest, struggle, and grief. I had gotten 344. 344 I've been getting for like 2 or 3 weeks now, nonstop. 4344. So 4 being the open door, and then 344 to return. I had also gotten united so many times. I got fire. Now, and 5544, exaltation. But it also means kindness, goodness, and gentle. And there was instruction yesterday, specific, because I'm not going to lie. Yesterday, I was getting in my head. I'm going through like PMS right now. And when I go through PMS, the emotions and hormones are just all over the place. And so I was feeling really, we'll just say negative, not very positive toward my spouse. Okay. But God was like, I literally had seen his initials, and then I had seen be kind too. And I was like, okay, all right, I'm sorry, forgive me. Like, I'm sorry. But he started to explain why. And he's like, this person, right? These people, these spouses, for who this is for, because I know it's not just for one, right? There's a few or a handful that are in this position right now. They were in Egypt, right? Egypt, they were facing oppression and all of the things. And God lifted them up out of that place. God delivered them from Egypt, right? So now, when the Israelites were delivered from Egypt, they went into the wilderness. They went into the desert. So that's kind of where they are at, right? And they were experiencing judgment, and they have, experienced this agony, this grief, right? They've been struggling. And I can't say exactly what, but they are now Oh, yeah. And another thing, some of them are going through that refiner's fire now. They have offered themselves up as a sacrifice, right? For God to do the work in them that needs to be done so that they can come back to you, right? And so they are going through this fire, and God was showing me that this fire is hot. I literally had seen Fry and then 109. And 109 in the Strongs means to languish, to pine away, emotional or physical decline. And when I seen Fry, it was like the fire is so hot that it's literally like frying them. Like, it's not really funny because the heaviness that I have felt lately is just, it's a lot. And I had also seen 1030, which means gnashing, anguish, despair. Like, they're not or haven't been doing very well mentally or physically. This has taken a toll on them, right? They've been through a lot. And so God, again, corrected me yesterday and was like, you need to show kindness. You need to be kind to this person, even if you're not in like contact with them, like in your thoughts and in your heart, you need to realign your heart posture, right? And I had seen covenant transport. So that covenant, between you two, it's in transport. And God is on the front line of this thing, defending you and defending this thing. So you're at the point where you need to not do anything else. And that goes to like the dugout, right? In baseball, you were in a place of rest, right? You're waiting for your turn. You're up next. And you are in a place in the dugout is where the players sit and they rest, and they pretty much let me see what I had written. I don't know a lot about baseball, I'm gonna be honest with you. My favorite sport has always been football. I've never really cared for any other sports outside of that. And actually, like, the first and the only baseball game that I ever went to, my spouse had taken me. And so, but I didn't learn much from it. Like I said, I was enjoying my time being there with him. But like, as far as so the way that I learn and retain information is it's very difficult for me to retain information if I don't have any interest in it. It's like an ADHD thing. If I have zero interest, chances are I'm not remembering. So even though I went to this baseball game, he's very, like, he knows about baseball a lot. He played baseball when he was younger. And so, like, at this game, he was telling me all the stuff that he knows. But, like, it was, like, in one ear, out the other. I was just enjoying my time with him, right? That's really all I cared about. So the dugout, from what I saw when I looked it up, is where players rest and prepare for their next turn. So you've been a place of rest and preparation. That's where you're at. While, this person, so going back to, what the heck? Nope, that's not it. This person has just experienced judgment. They've just come out of judgment, and now they are going through the fire. And I had gotten Desert Runner. And I had also gotten Energy Dispatch. So God was showing me that they're in the desert, and because they have no energy, they have no strength, they're at a low place, right? God is about to dispatch energy to them He is about to dispatch energy to them, right? He's about to give them strength and everything that they need for them to run this home run, right? To hit each base, to, just knock it out of the park and just hit that home run so that they can get to you, right? He is going to give them the energy that they need to hit each base. Whatever those bases look like is whatever it is that he needs them to accomplish before they can get to you at home, their home, with you, right? And that looks like them running through the desert, right? Desert runner. He's about to give them the energy to run through this. And then I had also gotten, does that make sense? I hope that makes sense. The way that God gave it to me in my mind, sometimes it's hard for me to articulate into words. It's like I can feel and receive the revelation in my mind, but like putting it into words sometimes kind of difficult, but I hope that makes sense. And it's hot even too. Like deserts are hot, scorching hot. And so is a fire. And so they're feeling it, right? And just like when we went through the refiner's fire, it's hot, okay? I had gotten Coachman Pursuit. A coachman is a driver of a horse-drawn carriage. And pursuit is like being in pursuit of something. I mean, let me look up the definition. The action of following or pursuing someone or something. Okay. So this brings me back to Song of Solomon that God had given me like weeks ago. And it was basically, I can't remember the exact scripture. Maybe you can find it if you look it up. But Song of Solomon was coming out of the wilderness in a carriage, in pursuit, like it was his wedding day, right? And so that's kind of like what I see when I hear that. He's coming through the wilderness, right? The desert. And there's going to be that moment when he just pops out, right? And he's made it through. And it's just like, that's like the grand entrance, the grand reveal day. When he comes out, and I believe it describes him as even looking like handsome and like, he's got protection with him. There's like, soldiers or something. I'm not 100%. Like I said, I don't remember the exact verse or scripture number or anything associated. I just know that he was surrounded with men that were protectors, right? Which was symbolizing him coming with the protection for you that God has been speaking on, right? And the royalty, the provision, like wealth, because it had like gold seats, I think, and there was purple on it, and so it was just representing like royalty. And even like the carriage itself, those were for people to carry people back in that time of royalty, of like great importance. And so let's see what else. So I had also gotten 804, safe, secure, certain, not prone to error. That's going back to home run. So a home run is a fair hit that allows the batter to make a complete circuit of the bases without stopping and score a run. A home run occurs when a batter hits the ball and scores without being put out or aided by error. So before, when this person would like, or even you two together, you would hit the ball, right? You wouldn't make it too far, right? You'd make it to one base and then you're out. You couldn't quite hit all. There was just like problem after God would have to like you would get in, right? And then he would take you back out. for some sort of error, right? It's like almost like you just couldn't get it right. You kept having to get sat back down, separated, right? But this time, it's going to be a home run. This time, it's going to be a home run. This time, because you have both given God the go to be in the midst of this, right? The yes, both of you have given God your yes. He's now in the midst of this thing. You will not fail. You have the victory. And this will score a home run. God is giving them the strength. So let's see what else. Another thing, like Synovia's video, God had taken me back to a dream that he had given me some time ago, probably like last year or maybe the year before. I'm not 100%. But in this dream, my spouse had been sat down on a bench, and he had come to me and he was like, why does it, and this was like in reference to, I think, like the separation and how each of us was dealing with this separation or doing in the separation. And he was like, why does it look like you're going through this so easily and I'm not? And in the dream, I was like, I told you if you continued to do X, Y, and Z, that this was going to happen. And he was like, I know. So they know why this has happened to them, right? God has, and even like she had mentioned, God's bringing back to their memory things that you had told them and warned them about. God had just given me that like a few days ago. Let's see. Literally like the word that I put out a few days ago, 2144. It means remembrance, memory, mention. God's bringing back to their memory the things that you have said to them, and they know exactly why, because you might have prophesied to them the things that God had showed you that was going to happen to them. They didn't want to believe it at the time. They were spiritually dead. They were spiritually blind. They weren't willing to accept that. They just, they may have placed God in a box and just didn't believe that God speaks in that certain kind of way. I don't know. Whatever the case is, they didn't believe it. But now they are seeing, a prophet was among them, right? They are seeing that what you spoke, you were hearing from God the whole time, right? They are now seeing firsthand so they know, right? But they have offered themselves up as a sacrifice. They have chose to like run from the place that they were in, that desolate place. They've experienced loss. They've been through a lot. And so now they have given God their yes, and they are allowing God to come in and bring them through this fire, right? And mold them and create them into the person that you need, and that, God intends for them to be. So that's the word. It's not for everyone right now, so please take it to God and ask God if this is for you right now, or maybe at a later date. I just sit with God on it. And I do pray that it makes it to the right people at the right time. Be ready for this home run. They're coming. And just pray for them as you are led by God. They are coming swiftly out of this and through this. They are moving swiftly. This is all happening very swiftly. So be ready, stay ready, so you don't have to get ready. Be the wise, not the foolish, because you don't know the day or the hour, right? And that goes both ways, your spouse and Jesus. So yeah, if y'all feel led to sow, my information will be there in the description box, as well as the video that I was speaking on. I pray y'all have a blessed rest of your weekend, and I will see you on my next video. Okay, bye.